Locals were already getting squeezed out of the housing market well before the pandemic, but when COVID-19 arrived, flipping our world as we know it. Our housing crunch exploded into a full-blown housing crisis, but groups in the inland Northwest are actively working to help you stay housed as more of us feel packed in. To get a good grasp on our housing crisis,
most places won't, 3 times what the rent is.
We must get a good look at who was most affected. It may look different than what we expect.
Oftentimes when you think of homelessness, you think of individuals who are unhoused.
At the Zone in Northeast Spokane, Community Engagement Coordinator Stacy Lenz says a very different version of homelessness comes through their doors.
They're multi-generational families, or they're parents with children or grandparents raising children.
Faced with rental increases and the possibility of eviction.
I talk to a lot of people who are beyond stressed, beyond worried about their future.
But not beyond hope. Before and throughout the pandemic, the Zone and its community partners have been helping those who come to them hold on to housing.
Maybe it's a language preference, maybe it's access to technology, or maybe it's just not having experience or skill set to apply on their own and find all of the paperwork they need.
Out of the hundreds who responded to the Zone's latest outreach survey, 74% of families are concerned about housing.
Because every single call is a desperate call.
Jenna Ray is the associate director of the Zone. She sees families overwhelmed from the uncertainty.
We already have families that are staying in campers, behind someone's house, or they're doubled or tripled up.
The threat of being without a place to stay is a first-time experience for some who reach out to the Zone, which is why it's put together this guide of immediate steps to take and community partners who are ready to help.
It's going to tell you what to do if you're called to court, what to do if you think that you're being treated unfairly by your landlord, what to do if you get an eviction notice.
While Ray says this can help families through the end of the year, there's even more that can be done with rental assistance.
The amount of money that we've put into rental assistance is not enough.
As the city of Spokane accepts input on what to do with $80 million of American Rescue Plan funding.
Put in your 2 cents about how you think that these dollars should be spent in our community, and that's one thing that every household can do.
Ray encourages everyone, whether housing secure or not, to let the city know more rental assistance is needed in Spokane.
The trauma that will happen to families who have to leave their homes, leave their schools, leave their neighborhood, leave the connections, the only relational connections that they have, will last for generations.